right, Coach. Opening up the second half of the season, the Desert Hockey Classic. You kind of excited to open up with a tournament like this?
Yeah, it's exciting. I think everybody's anxious to get back playing. We've been had a long break, and so trying to knock off the rust here with practice the last few days, and excited to get down to Arizona and playing a good tournament. So I think it's going to be a great start to the second half, and anytime we get to be in a tournament setting too, I think that's exciting too, facing some different opponents than usual, and the guys are looking forward to it.
Coach, this also a beauty in this in some ways would be it mirrors the NCAA tournament a little bit too, a regional where you got to be ready to go one night, and then that second game comes around real fast against somebody different. So does it give you that experience a little bit here in the regular season?
Yeah, Terry, that's a great point. I think just kind of fun, just even pre-scouting, three teams, not knowing who you're going to play, and having a little bit of that, unknown situation, and having to be ready for. Obviously, we know our opponent on Friday night, but not knowing who that next one is, and then playing, two games kind of in a neutral, supposedly kind of neutral site with. Four teams. So I think it's going to be a really good opportunity to kind of invest in that kind of experience for our group and learn from it and grow from it. So the guys looking forward to it.
Are there any differences coming back from a holiday break to a neutral site game compared to maybe one on home ice or on the road?
Yeah, I think so. I think, it adds a little bit more excitement maybe just for, a different experience there to kind of come back with the non-conference opponents. So I think it's good, and again, I think obviously it's a little tougher to go on the road usually but I think after the long break, guys will look forward to spending some time together and getting on the road, especially at a unique place like ASU, and I think it's going to be a positive experience.
Looking at Lowell, they've had a lot of tight games throughout the season, only one kind of blowout. What are you guys expecting to see from them?
Yeah, just watching their most recent game, I think that's something too. I think all these other teams have played, after the break here, so to speak. So they'll have a game under their belt against AIC, and just looking at the chances and shots and everything, they probably deserved a better fate against AIC. Watching the game back, but good team, good structure. Obviously, a long history of a very high quality program there. So they'll be tough, and but we'll be prepared to face them.
Including the holiday stretch, it's going to be over a month that your players are not going to be seeing the home ice. Yeah. Does that have any effect, not just being on the road for that long?
Yeah, again, I'd love to have a few more home games in the second half, but just the way usually our non-conference schedule works, that we usually play kind of a more heavy home series is to start the season. So I think you just got to look at the positives of it. It's a good chance to be on the road and bond and got no distractions and get to play hockey, and obviously with going to ASU, then off to North Dakota, then home versus Denver, then off to St. Cloud, we'll probably face a lot of ranked opponents here in the next stretch here for us, which is a good thing. So I think we're just looking at the positives there, get to be on the road with the group and get to get better together.
Speaking of positives, I imagine the break gave some guys a chance to get healthy. Any updates on who you expect to have back then for this weekend?
Yeah, hopefully Erdl will be back now, and Jimmy Glenn will be back, and then Matt Miller's still working back from being injured, but hopefully I'm not sure his status here going into the weekend there, but at least to have 2 of the 3 back available is going to be nice to get those guys back in the lineup.
Arizona State, a possibility, and either way, seeing a building that's going to become a big part of this conference in the future, foreshadowing their arrival in the NCHC. So that's kind of interesting too, isn't it, with them hosting this and a future conference member.
Yeah, absolutely. I think again, it's going to just continue to make the conference even stronger than it already is, and make that that automatic bid even tougher to get. So it's going to be a nice addition to keep strengthening the conference. And obviously, I think they've got a pretty big brand name with their school, and even trips like this, we know how many. I think there's going to be lots of alumni there and lots of fans going there. So I think it's always a nice experience when we can, have some excitement on the road as well as at home. So all in all, I think it's going to be really exciting, and should be a great weekend here.